If this is your first time looking at Photoshop, it might be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of menus. Let me walk you through it. First up at the top, we have the menu bar. Some of this may look similar to what you see in other programs like Microsoft Word. You've got File and Edit. Other things you might have never seen before, like Filter, or Analysis, or 3D. Those are specific to Photoshop. We'll be going through most of this throughout the course of the class, but let me just show you two things that you're looking at here. First of all, you have all these options in your menu. Some menus have tabs that come out even with more options. One of the best ways to get to know them is just to read them and then try them out. For instance, if I try out invert, what does that do? Oh, that inverts all the colors in Van Gogh's Starry Night. If I want to undo that, I go up to Edit, Undo. So some of it is just trial and error. Two things specifically I'd like you to know is that these ... next to the option means that you're going to open another dialog box. So if I select canvas size, it's going to open another dialog box and give me more options to fill out here before it's going to change the canvas size. The other thing is the shortcut icons. If you're finding that you're using one of these options a lot, like maybe you're always resizing your images, you'll want to learn the shortcut for it. There's three different shortcuts here. First is the loop symbol. This is Command on your keyboard. Your keyboard should have that symbol on the Command key. The one next to it, the slide and the dash, is your Alt key, which is next to your Command key on your keyboard. And finally, you've got the up arrow, which is the Shift key. Underneath your menu bar, you have the Applications bar. You can open Bridge, which is another Adobe program. We might get into that later. You can turn on your grids or turn on or off your grids or your rulers. You can zoom in from up here in the Application bar and zoom back out. I'll show you a few more ways to do that in the next video. You've also got where you can tile. If you have multiple files open, you can tile your windows to organize your workspace. And finally, you have the different screen modes. Full screen mode with your menu bars, you can see how that expands out behind your menu bars and panels. Or the full screen mode, you get this warning dialog box telling you that all of your buttons are going to go away. So if you go to full screen, this is a good preview mode for viewing your files, but to get out of that you have to hit Escape. So that's the application bar. You also have your different workspaces over here. For right now, you should definitely be working in Essentials. There's also Design and Painting. You can see how that changes the panels over here. We want to stay in Essentials just to keep it to the basics for right now. These are your panels. As you can see, there's lots of different panels. You can actually customize these however you would like, but for right now I just need you to know that these are the panels. If I say go to the Layers panel, you know what I'm talking about. If you open up Photoshop and the panels are something you don't recognize, go up and hit Essentials or go to Window, Workspace, Essentials, and it should come back to what it looks like here. Over here on the right we have the toolbar. I mentioned in one class that there's over 70 tools on the Photoshop toolbar, and we'll be going through these throughout this class. This is really one of the gems in Photoshop. Every time you click one of these tools on the toolbar, you'll notice the options bar up here at the top changes because each tool has its own set of options, like changing the size and the hardness of a brush, for instance. And then last but not least, here in the middle we have the image window. This is where your files will open. If you have more than one file open, you will have tabs here. So that's the Photoshop Workspace. Just to review, up at the top you have the menu bar. Underneath that you have the applications bar. Over on the right side you have your panels. On the left side you have your Photoshop toolbar. When you click on the tools in the toolbar, the options bar up at the top changes. And finally you have your image window. In the next video I'll be showing you how to get around your image using the zoom and the hand tool.